So, welcome everybody to Xiàbān Hòu. It is episode, what, 33?
33.
33?
Yeah.
33. 33, and we got some close calls and some close shaves and some near misses and all that kind of thing today. It's actually fun. I had too much material. We had to actually cut a little bit of it out. So,
yeah, we have like a bazillion of these clips. You know what's funny is that the reason we chose is just because it represents everyday life in China.
Yeah.
China can be the most dangerous and boring place in the same day. I always say this and it makes no sense, but it truly can be, because you can have a near-death experience, watch someone die, you know, like life flash before your eyes, but then nothing eventful happens in the rest of the day and it's all gray and like looks like communism everywhere, right? You can have both.
You can have both, yeah.
All the new people, thank you so much for joining. This is the best time of the week. Welcome to the VIP club, Xiàbān Hòu. You are the Ho. We are the hostess.
We're the hosts.
Hosts.
Whatever.
It's a great show. It's where we have fun. It's where we show you stuff we can't show on the main show. Number two, it's interactive. So you guys have questions. We read them live. We chat with you guys throughout the show. But most importantly, we usually cover the topic first, and then we'll open it up to questions. Put a Q in front of your question, and we'll read it when we open it up for
so
questions.
while we're discussing the topic, feel free, chat in the live area, all that kind of stuff, but save the questions till the question time. And yeah, look, it's informal. That's the whole point of this thing. We want to be able to just relax and have fun with you guys. So, well, it's kind of a feel-good episode today because we get to see people surviving.
Yeah, we do have a vote clip.
Yeah, we've got a vote. We always have a vote clip at the end where there's something that's a little bit like on the edge where do you really want to see it? Do you really not? You know, that kind of thing.
On the edge.
It's kind of on the edge. We're going to start out with a little clip and we're going to ask all of you what you think might be happening here. There's this,
before it pans all the way.
Yeah. So there's a group of women sitting here. They're watching something. And listen, just listen in the background. See if you can hear it.
Pause. Rewind.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think's happening?
I want everyone to guess. It's
okay,
interactive.
So one more time.
Pause. No, pause. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. I want people to actually have a chance.
Yeah,
okay,
what do you think's going on?
What do you guys think is going on? There's no poll in this one because it could be up to anything, right? I want them to guess first, see if anyone gets it right.
Okay.
Just, the key is the sound.
Yeah.
No, somebody is not snorting coke. Church of She meditating. Yeah, but I don't think that would be that sound, right? There's someone will be in here. We have some very, very clever people in our audience.
Sure. I mean, but let's not wait
Breathing
too long.
exercises? You're onto something there.
Almost.
You're onto something there.
Should we just show the clip?
Snoring. So, okay. Our friend of the show, Aegon Casterly, got it right.
Okay, let's take a look. We'll get out of here. Watch.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of stuff that just happened there.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I covered this in my video about China's ball punching kung fu.
Sure.
There's also a subset of that, a sect of that, so to speak, which is ball swinging.
Yeah.
Where they
ball hanging or whatever you want to call it.
But they always wear these gold ass rope things, and they use this silken gold ass thing.
I don't understand how this has become a kung fu because it's considered a kung fu.
Yeah, it's a type of art.
Gong fu, you know, and it's stupid.
Aegon says, "I was joking." You got it right, dude.
Yeah, it's just, to me, it's stupid. What's the point of trying to hang something on your balls? Like, you know,
why do you want them to go? Mine are as low as it is.
It's just like, Weights? What is the point?
I need a lift. I don't need them to drop more. You know I mean? With age?
Yeah, too much information, dude.
Whatever.
Here's the thing.
Xiàbān Hòu.
Honestly, there's no point to this. If anything, it's just dangerous. Like, you're going to lose your fertility.
You think Peter's good at this?
Oh, you mean ballsack? I mean, it's entirely possible. I mean, at the end of the day, though, there's a dumb thing, in my opinion. But you get this is a phenomenon in China, and they tried all sorts of things. I've seen people hanging upside down by their nutsack. Yeah. They're always like putting bigger and bigger weights, trying to pull a car with it or whatever. Who knows?
No, I've seen that. I just want you to go back one more time because I've never seen the audience. Usually it's a male audience.
Yeah, it's...
What diligent even, females just watching this.
Yeah, what is going on? Is this like a team building exercise? Is that the boss back there and he's like, you're all going to watch this?
Yes. He's like really into this shit. He makes them sit in front of it and they're like, God, why do we have to watch this? Mm-hmm. I mean, who sets that event up?
Yeah, by the way, you see what's on screen now? Yeah. This is a close miss.
Okay.
Close shave. Should we get into it?
Oh, first I want to explain why this happens.
Okay. So, you want to explain why what happens?
Not that. No, get Ball Man off of there. That's going to haunt my dreams.
Wait, keep missing. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay. No, put Flame Man on there. Flame Man's cool.
It's not a man.
Oh, Flame Woman's cool.
It's not a man or a woman. You'll see. I mean, that is a woman there, I think. But
by the way, no TOS. I know there's CCP molds in here. Welcome, guys. 欢迎光临. We're watching some...
Don't worry, nobody gets hurt. That's the whole point. The whole point of this video is near misses and close shaves.
Yes.
Where people don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Or they don't get, like, severely hurt.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Anyway, why does this happen? Well, China is such a dangerous place because there's a long-held belief of yuanfen, which means fate. Now, we've harped on about this a lot in the past, but it's very important to understand, and I'll tell you why. Mm-hmm. Even educated people in China that don't subscribe to any of this superstition or anything like this still operate under the pretense that yuanfen exists. They don't even have to believe in it themselves. It's just the way society works. And it's because China is by nature a very superstitious society, but under Mao Zedong's China, they took all that superstition. A lot of it prevailed across time, but then they got rid of all the religious basis for everything. Sure. So the morals kind of go out the window.
Yeah.
There's no moral there's no moral repercussions for stuff.
Yeah.
But then also this belief that fate is going to just do whatever it's going to do anyway prevails. And there's actually a really good, there's this famous Chinese influencer called James Cage White. He's this autistic Chinese kid, right? Mm-hmm. He just got married. His wife's leaving him, all this kind of stuff. Anyway, if you follow him, you follow him. But the point is, he always says it's fate. Everything bad that happens, he posts everything that happens in his life, and it's always bad.
Okay.
And everything's just fate. He says it's fate. There's nothing I can do about it. And everyone in the comments is like, no, it's not fate. You can sort your life out. Stop buying adult games on Steam and stop go tell your wife you love her. Yeah. Nope, everything's fate.
Sure.
And this idea that fate
takes away responsibility.
Takes away responsibility. Yeah. So that's why you run into things where people are, getting run over, huge dangerous accidents, because if it's your time to go, it's your time to go.
Yeah, and it really plays into workplace safety as well.
Yeah.
You see, there's so much emphasis is put on like, hey, look, if it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong. It's nothing to do with me. The preventative maintenance isn't done, Or, like with the inspecting the elevators and escalators and stuff, they just like, well, it's probably going to be okay.
Something we personally dealt with.
Yeah. So the guy who goes to inspect it, he's like, that's probably fine, and they just put a sticker on there rather than looking at it. They'll be like, yeah,
and they'll go through the bride
I'll just leave it to the next, they procrastinate. They're like, it'll be okay.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. Anyway,
And that's why, actually, can you explain something, a very big phenomenon about seatbelts in China and taxis?
Oh, yeah.
It's important.
Yeah, no, that's a weird thing. Like, sometimes the driver will get insulted if you put on a seatbelt. And they'll be like, why are you doing that? You don't trust my driving? It's a kind of a weird thing, because you putting on that seatbelt, it's kind of like you don't trust in him, you don't trust in fate. Yeah, it's a strange, bizarre type thing.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, let's look at some of these clips because they're kind of fascinating. So I put together quite a compilation here. Let's start out here. Now, here's some dudes doing some work with some scaffolding here. And
whoa! Oh, man, he dodged that. Whoa, he landed the feet first.
Everyone's
That's
okay.
Epic. I love that.
Yeah, everyone's okay. That's just gonna happen. Lucky, right?
That is lucky.
Yeah.
Probably see that again. That was a good one.
Okay, we'll play that one again. We've got
it's a nice one. I like how you built up. These are the gentle ones.
Yeah, of course. Here we go. Just chilling there. He's like, whoops, think I'll get out the way.
Boom. Oh,
super lucky. Yeah, but he's okay.
He's fine, yeah. He got whacked on the head right at the end. Did you see that?
Poor guy. So here's a guy's pulled up next to a shop, and he's just trying to order something, so they run out to give him an ice cream or whatever it is. And
whoa,
there goes a tire.
That was in Thailand.
Yeah, that was in Thailand. But,
it's
part of the whole thing. Look at how that tire that's on fire just narrowly misses. Well, it does hit the guy's hand, but holy crap, that's close. Okay, back to China again. Yeah. Take a look. Let's run over the road without looking. Oh, that was a mistake.
And a whoa.
See how close that is?
See, the thing is, and the reason that one hits home so much for us is we've seen a lot of exploded heads. In fact, one of the first memories I have in China, I'm in a taxi, driving along.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I looked out the window and saw something that literally sent the fear of God down my spine.
Yeah.
I think it's because there was no medical response around it, which is what makes it look so bad.
Yeah.
A man from a motorcycle taxi crumpled up like this, kind of like in a almost like a
fetal position.
Not a fetal position, like face first, right?
Okay, yeah.
And his brain was separate from his body, like a whole brain, not splattered, separate from his head, right? And I go, oh my God, like I didn't know what to do. I tapped the taxi driver, I pointed, and he's like. He didn't give a shit. And that was the weird thing is there wasn't ambulances. There wasn't people like, oh, no. It was just a dead brain man.
Yeah, I know. Oops. There goes the doctor's calling. Anyway, seriously, that can be very annoying because in China, the reaction to these kind of things when things do go bad is point and stare, maybe take photos, whatever, but not actually like rush to help or anything. Okay. But yeah, I mean, that's quite a close one. She basically got spun around into the position where her head's going to get crushed, but luckily the truck stopped just in time. That's some luck right over there.
Truck stops here.
Yeah. And of course, this is something that's terrifying. When you're riding motorcycles in China, the most terrifying thing are people just not only just running out in front of you, but motorcycles pulling out in front of you, cars pulling out in front of you because people don't look. Yeah. It's part of that whole Yuan Fin thing. It's like, I'm just going to go.
It's not my time.
And the situational awareness just isn't there. Okay, here we got like a family on a scooter. Bam. No one got hurt. So close. So freaking close.
You know what the worst part is? And I don't want to speak for that family, but a lot of these people who walk away from that scenario and not have learned anything because they'll say, you know what, I was fine then. Yeah, like remember my wife, she was in basic, not she didn't hit anyone, but she was witness to a motorcycle taxi guy getting actually just flattened to the point where he was literally just mush around a huge semi tire, right?
Yeah.
And her dad actually did the right thing because everyone involved went to the police station that saw it and gave some money to the family because this woman came distraught. The guy was from a different city, so he didn't have a who code there. Right. No protection, no compensation for anything, right?
Yeah.
Gave a few thousand RMB or whatever to the woman because her and her child were crying there.
Yeah.
My point is that a lot of times they'll have had these experiences. He ran a red light, right?
Yeah.
He probably had narrow misses many, many times and didn't learn from it.
Another thing to point out is that entire family on the scooter, no one was wearing a helmet.
Yep.
And that's normal.
Yep.
And it's kind of crappy. You got to learn. I mean, here in the States, it's overkill. You want to ride a freaking little push bike down on in the park, you have to have a helmet on or something, which is a bit silly on the grass, but whatever. Here we have another one. Look, you see what I mean by of course, that's not the truck's fault.
No.
See how it ends? Totally okay. Whoa. Guy just narrowly missed. But when you're riding a motorcycle or a car or something, think about it. It's your right of way. You're coming down the road. Everything's fine. Suddenly, out of nowhere, someone just pops out in front of you.
And that's how it is.
Yeah.
That's just how it is all the time. That's why we have eternal PTSD.
Yeah. Here we've got another one. Similar kind of an incident. Guy, he tried to stop in time. Man, that was close. Do you see what happened there? He obviously slammed on his brakes and he went over the handlebars, and man, that is so close. That is so close. What do we got over here? These trucks, dude. That's one thing about China. Oh, Yeah, good idea to fall down in front of a truck. Don't worry. All okay. There we go.
Yeah, we always make sure you can tell.
Yeah, now look at this. Another typical China situation. I wonder what could happen here.
Let me just
watch. Whoa, let's just...
Oh, man.
So close. Not tying down the freaking load on the back of a truck.
You know what's crazy is that we...
Yeah. Whoa, did you see that? Where did that truck even come from? Obviously,
we have seen this kind of shit so often.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, I mean, this dude on the bicycle, look how he misses this. Like, there's a random tire comes down here. Because the truck's obviously coming off the top road there. That tire almost hits him a bunch of times. And then, of course, this truck comes down. Man. What do we have over here? Oh, that one's out of... I obviously didn't crop that properly, but that's okay. Here, guy's about to tow this car away. Oh, no, never mind.
Boom!
Hey, now he's got 2 cars to tow.
Yeah, he's got 2 cars. I love... Did you see that? That's really important that you show the bikini naked woman or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Now...
Dude, there's a reason for that. You explained it. It's so annoying.
There's a phenomenon in China, because everything gets banned, right? Everything's blocked and censored, but people will send, like, clandestine videos to group chats.
Yeah.
And what they'll do is they'll pass them on, forward them through WeChat, and there'll be compilations or whatever. But to get more people's attention, they'll make the cover photo like a sexy woman putting on stockings, or like a naked woman be like, oh, like. Yeah. But in the video, there's nothing
it's
of
not
the
there.
sort. It's like
it's always the first and last frame.
Yeah.
Now this one is kind of crazy. This obviously, like, I think it's a school kid maybe. He's like messing around over here, just kicking.
His phone or whatever.
No, he's just like stomping on a probably a small helpless creature or something. I don't know. Well, I mean, anyway, and then he's like, whatever, screw that, and he just kicks some other little creature down the road, and then bam! Whoa! I mean, he was right there. That's exactly where he was, like just a second ago. You know, that's a lucky son of a bitch. You know. Okay, what's going on here? Just chilling. Bam! Whoa, that guy.
Double near miss.
The car and the pole.
Holy crap. I want to see car pole again.
You want to see car pole? Oh, that one we already showed. Yeah. Let me just go back. Yeah, car pole. He's just chilling out, man.
Go in the car pole lane here.
Yeah, exactly. Bam! Almost hit by a car, almost hit by a pole.
Both of those would have taken him out.
Yeah. Okay, we saw this one.
Near melon head there.
Yeah, exactly. Real close melon head. Oh, yeah, sorry, saw that one.
Yeah, that's also a very close melon head.
Yeah. What about this one? Oh.
Whoa. Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
running over
seriously.
The backpack. See him run over the backpack?
Yeah.
And a lot of kids get into situations like this because in China, their parents won't like take them home or whatever, walk home themselves.
Well, you know, the biggest issue, I honestly think one of the biggest issues in China are those trucks everywhere. They're so dangerous. They're killer trucks, and they drive badly.
I'm going to answer this question right now, even though it's not Q&A time, because it's very important that people understand this going forward. Warap says, where are these near-miss videos from? I see a lot of them are from CCTV traffic cameras. Are videos from a government police workers? Or if not, how are they captured and spread around? And this is what's so important to understand. The average person that's capturing these isn't going to be able to spread them around. Yeah. So all these that you're seeing are from the maybe 1% of people that are like, hey, I'm going to film this with my phone in the office.
You'll see, often it's a filming of a CCTV with a phone.
Think of how many are not spread.
Oh, so many. So what's going on in the shop over here? Oh, okay, never mind. Just a car.
Was that the same Swift that I had?
Yeah, it looked like
orange too.
Yeah,
I had that.
Maybe it was yours.
Yeah, that was me actually.
That was close. Oh yeah, we've seen this one. This one from
There's a couple of repeats because they're in like compilation form. But
oh, let's see. What am I gonna do here? Everything's cool over here. I'm just gonna chill and What the? That's kind of close.
Yeah.
Is that China? This one might not be China. That's hard to tell.
Might be. Maybe not.
No,
that looks like Eastern Europe.
Yeah, that's Eastern Europe. Sorry, that slipped in here. It was part of a compilation. Got off the Chinese internet.
Whoa!
Yeah, that is so close.
And then whoa!
And that load, dude. I've seen plenty of those where the trucks just cover and kill people all the time, like squish cars flat and stuff. That is so lucky.
There's more videos about people getting killed than there are saved.
You really have to dig through to. Wow, that guy was lucky.
These ones.
Holy crap!
That was. Can we see that?
Yeah, that was some luck.
Holy crap!
So
that's like.
What is even going on here? So this
he's crossing. Oh, okay. So he hits the red car.
Yeah. So the
bumper flies off.
Yeah. Who's at fault here? It's hard to say.
Red car, I believe.
You think? Yeah. I mean, that's obviously like the traffic lights there. Yeah. Somebody blew the red light.
Somebody blew the red light here. Oh yeah. Maybe the truck. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Wobble wobble bam.
Yeah.
What do we got going here?
That's the dude, and we narrowly missed him. The truck driver's okay as well. He got a head injury, but he's not like dead or anything.
How did you know?
I read up on this one.
You read it?
Yeah. See, super close.
Wow.
And then smack.
Wow, yeah.
Because it did hit on the driver's side.
Yeah, it did. His brakes failed out.
Yeah, well, I guess there he is. He was like, I'm out.
He's fine. He's conscious.
Yeah, he's okay. You know, he's obviously got a little bit injured. The more you know. It's actually a South African channel there.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, take a look here. This is the dude walking past the refrigerator. Bam! There we go. Just explodes.
Actually, that's something I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
Explain that one first.
I can't. How does a refrigerator explode?
I have no idea, but you know what I saw a lot of?
What?
Was kerosene tanks exploding.
Right.
Propane tanks in China. Mm-hmm. And this might be a little cultural thing, a cultural lesson for everyone, but in China, you call the gas person to come bring you a gas barrel.
Yeah, propane tank.
A propane tank. Yeah. And that's kind of what heats your shower and heats your house and all that kind of stuff, right? And does stuff in your house. And it's so weird because in the West, you're probably used to like the city, you know, you're hooked up to the city's gas or whatever. In China, you literally have a gas number. You call up and you go, I need gas. They bring up a tank. They go and they take it away, and they're like, these guys are from like Sichuan or like different far-flung places. They're mad strong and mad fast, and they rip up the stairs.
They carry them on their bikes, on their bicycles. They got these like things. It's interesting because depending on your situation, some apartments will have like actual gas lines in them.
Most of mine didn't.
Yeah, me too. Most of mine didn't, but later on the ones I stayed in did. But those gas things are bought in to take care of your water heaters. In China, the water heater is like a tiny little thing that's just stuck on the wall with an exhaust pipe out the window. I had to replace mine. I bought my own. It's so bad. They're really bad. But that's why you don't. This might shock a lot of people, but most apartments don't have hot water in the kitchen. No. They only have hot water in the shower, in the bathroom, which is a shower thing. So you use that propane gas thing is like sitting at your feet, all it's all rusty and shit.
I remember mine was, I would take a shower, my propane tank was there. Rusty.
Yeah.
Lighting a fire, which I could see.
Yeah,
the fire was in my shower.
You can see the shower, because that heater thing is like right next to where you're showering. Try not to get it wet.
Yeah.
And there's flames in it.
You're
see
looking at flames. It's pretty crazy. You just brought me back.
Yeah, it's insane.
I was watching flames with a rusty propane tank at my feet when I took a shower.
And then you'll have a separate one for your gas cooker in the kitchen.
Yes, yeah.
You know? Yeah, you got a little gas stove.
Anyway, those blow up a lot.
Yeah, they do.
And they make a massive explosion.
Ure. I mean, there's a lot of problems with gas explosions in China. I think something must have been stored in that fridge that exploded, because there's no way that a normal electric fridge is going to explode.
Something under pressure, like CO2 or something.
I don't know what it was. Flames. It's so weird.
Oxygen?
I don't really know, but yeah, that thing. Now, this is hilarious, by the way. Take a look. So the guy's like, what's he gonna do? Oh no!
Go back to that one. That was ubiquitous.
Yeah, this is such a Chinese thing. So, okay, let's try to figure out who's at fault first of all.
Sure.
I'm gonna tell you who's at fault. It's that bloody motorcycle.
For sure, he's a popper.
Take a look. This is what we've been talking about all this time.
We call these poppers.
Okay, here you are going down a country road. You don't even need to be going fast. You see, the guy didn't even slow down.
Nope. This is what happened to us every day.
He came at a bloody rate of speed. Yep. Up there. He just drove over the main road with a car coming, right? How are you supposed to avoid that?
You don't. They don't look.
No, they don't look. And it drives me mad, because, you know, we'd be riding across China. You're going and a dude just comes out.
Keep in mind, we rode the whole country on motorcycles. Yeah. In my total career, I tallied it up. It did about 80,000 kilometers, right?
Yeah.
80,000 kilometers only on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
In China, and this was a daily occurrence for me.
Yeah.
Over 10 years.
Here he comes. See, without looking from a side road onto the main road at full speed. Okay. He notices maybe just a little too late. The car sees him, tries to go around him, then, tries to go the other way. whack, and then the little mianbao falls down.
There's a couple of things here. You got propaganda. It crashed into a propaganda slogans.
Yeah.
You have your like men's hospital sign there. Yes. Then you have right next to the dusty, hideous road, right? Mm-hmm. With the organized trees planted there, by the way, which people will pour like sewage and oil into the base of them. Yeah. By the way, the worst places in China are the bases of those trees.
Oh yeah, don't go near those.
Those are full of the most vile substances. Sure. But also, people are hanging up their clothes right next to this.
Yeah, because you want the diesel fumes and the dust all over your clothes. Yes. Anyway, so the guy's unhurt, at least appears to be unhurt. So he runs over to check like the accident, and he suddenly realizes, hang on, I better go assume the position if I'm going to like do claim compensation.
Yeah, because he's not going to get shit if he's running around.
Yeah, he's got to be like, oh, I better go feign injury. And then he's like, oh, I'm so hurt. I like
the guy in the trike, he saw him go back and lay down.
And this guy's like trying to roll around and stuff. And it's like, give me a break. Yeah, this one's...
hold on, this is a classic. This is a pretty new one. This happened last week.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. Yeah. In China, what you'll get is people that are playing with fireworks, obviously.
Well, kids
playing with fireworks. But something that happens, and this happens everywhere around the country, and it's almost always met with poor results.
Yes.
And dangerous results, is they chuck fireworks, pretty big sized ones, sometimes just firecrackers, down sewers.
Yeah.
You can imagine why that's a bad idea.
Yeah, because all the gas down there.
There's tons of gas, methane, all kinds of stuff that travels through there, and it's sometimes under pressure, right?
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
No. So nobody gets hurt here, but let's see what happens.
They often do.
Yeah.
Did you see that launch?
Yeah, that was pretty epic.
Is it still... Go back.
No, it just went off to the side.
No, but there's another one. Look. No, that's the second manhole cover. Look.
Oh, look, it's the same one.
No, look, watch it closely.
Yeah, I'm watching.
There's 2 manhole covers. Watch it properly.
Which one are you talking about?
Okay, see where they're lighting it?
Yeah. There's one above it. There. Yeah, but this one lands on that one.
Oh, watch.
Yeah, I'm watching. See? Here it goes. I'll pause it even when... See? No, that one came off. Yeah, you're right.
That thing launched, dude.
Yeah, it's
launched. Gone.
Yeah, it did.
Some say it's actually flying over Montana.
Yeah, luckily nobody got injured because people do very often get injured. Kids kill themselves all the time.
They sit on them.
And
it literally shoots them into the sky.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Those are some near misses. Now, it's time for our vote clip. Now, we always give you an idea of what the vote clip is. Now, this is a scary one where, at the end of the day... the people survive, but it's still horrendous to kind of see it go down. So we're going to give you that option.
Sure, I just want to read something. Aegon says, you'd think China would have a better soccer program with all that practice making injuries.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Peng Zi. Yeah, so you got to put up a vote, dude.
Yeah, sorry, I'm sorry. You can explain what the clip is.
I just did. Well, it's...
Kind of.
It's kind of like what you've been seeing, but it's just like... It really makes your heart skip because it looks pretty bad. But everyone does.
I'll call it near miss, but nearer.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes or no. Near miss, but nearer.
Yeah, because it also shows the absolute like ignorance and.
Yeah, it's kind of infuriating.
Yeah, it'll make you kind of angry, but everyone survives. Yeah.
Yep. Votes are coming in. We'll go wait until we get 50 votes as usual.
Cool.
That's our threshold.
That's our threshold, eh?
Near miss, but near.
Yeah.
Vote now. Remember, it's anonymous, by the way, so I won't see who voted yes or no. You don't have to worry about being embarrassed or whatever. If you want to say no, you put it in.
Yeah.
You want to say yes, you put it in. You want to join the hive mind, you put yes. You want to be someone different, stand out a little bit, you put no, and then make sure your vote.
Oh, the other way around. Oh, yeah. A little bit of it's coming up there. I'll take it back. Okay. All right.
Looks like we're in perpetual blur here.
Yeah, we are. Are we good?
Shabby Chadwell says, "I just voted yes instantly. You guys could show me Tub Girl. I won't finish the rest, but you remember Tub Girl, right? Mm-hmm. Old internet.
Yeah, very
Wild
old
West
internet.
Stuff.
Yep.
48 votes. Come on, guys, make it 50. Pull it in. Come on. You got this.
I think it's close enough. We could.
Yeah, but we always have 50. We had it. Okay, 98%. That's a very clear yes this time.
Okay, so we will be playing this for you then, and then we're gonna break it down for you. So we'll get ourselves out of there and just play it for you quickly. We can still commentate, but what we have here is we have an auntie behaving badly. It looks like really bad. Okay.
Here's another angle.
Yeah. So, well, I mean,
what is she doing?
Why are you pushing your kid like over the road in this crazy traffic with trucks
You can see
barreling?
cars coming. Trucks.
I mean, this is why, and I hate to say it, but I would never trust my child with my mother-in-law. Because there's that certain generation.
I
They
know.
believe in this UN thing too much. They really don't have situational awareness about what's going on. I mean, it's insane. So here she's pushing a kid in a stroller and just like barreling across. And then this truck just whacks the kid. But don't worry, kid's okay. As you'll see here, driver.
It's so infuriating.
Yeah, driver hops out.
You're putting a kid first in that situation.
Exactly.
You're not holding it or something and making a bad choice. She's leading the way.
Yeah. So kids out. Kids seems okay, moving around and stuff. She starts hitting the driver. It's not his fault,
bro. It's your fault.
It's her fault. Like
woman.
She is like that specific age of middle-aged women in China are infuriating. They're like the devil. They really are. They're like the worst. I really hate to say it. I mean, there's something about them. They're so vicious and so
people
like
in China know.
Yeah,
people in China know best.
They call them Dama, and like Hey Ai.
It's like a whole thing.
They've got a specific name.
There's like slurs for them amongst Chinese people.
Yeah, people don't like. No one likes them. Any age group and any gender don't like them.
No, this is not targeted. This is China.
Yeah, so I mean, like, to push a kid that fast over this road that's just full of crazy traffic is just insane.
Did that truck have a red light?
No, right there. Let's see. Why are they running over so quickly? I think all four are red as usual.
Oh, typical.
Yeah.
Typical.
Yeah. I mean, either way, you just...
Yeah, I mean...
Why do you even have a kid...
across the board.
Why do you even have a kid in that city? You know what I mean? Anyway.
Yeah, why?
Why? I'd be like, no, go live in a field or something. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, it's so infuriating.
Well said.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, it's questions time. Questions time, guys. So please put a Q in front of your question and let us know. You know.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna check the last episode just in case I missed any.
Okay.
Sometimes you get people that put it on here.
All right.
While we wait for the questions to roll in.
Yeah.
I was disagreeing with Winston until he said there's a difference between people who can play the guitar well and those who just fake it. We all know the college bro has been learning a handful of chords needed for Wonderwall, and he can't attend a gathering without making sure everyone, specifically the girls, have heard it. Yep. But that's different than what you said, because that means he already learned the chords for Wonderwall at least, which he gives him a little base.
Yeah. No.
By the way, we ordered a guitar.
Yeah. We got to put this to the test.
And this is an interesting story about ordering the guitar thing.
Yeah.
Because we wanted, it's just for a gag, just so Winston can be wrong, right?
You'll see.
Anyway.
You'll see.
We were looking for cheap guitars, and we realized that you'd have to buy a Chinese cheap guitar if we weren't going to do it. So we spent our own hard-earned money, that you guys obviously helped make happen, to buy a real American Fender guitar. So we got a real proper guitar.
Yeah, but it's not just a wasteful, like, whimsical thing, because you can actually play music, so you can use it. And
I play bass, but I'll play a little guitar.
Yeah,
and I'll brush up.
It'll be something your kids can try to, and it's worth it. And I'm going to prove a point that anyone who picks up an acoustic guitar in a drunken circle with a little bit of know-how and cunning can trick everybody into thinking that they really know what they're doing.
Sure.
It's such a cop-out instrument.
Winston definitely has a point. There are a lot of people lauded who just play cowboy chords, which are simple 2-chord songs and sing very simple lyrics. But again, that means they know some chords. You don't know any chords.
You don't need to know bloody chords.
See, that's the debate. People don't realize how bad your argument is.
Dude, like, seriously.
You mean you could just pick it up and just...
Yeah, dude, because... as long as you just move your fingers around, you'll find a note. Like I'm not even joking. You can find a note. Like this is a sound.
No, you can't.
That is, yes, you can.
No, it'll sound bad.
No.
If you just jammed a random keys in the piano, would it sound good? I'm not going to bring this up again. It would sound bad.
That's
it's the
different.
Same thing.
No, that's different because that's like ding dong ding ding.
That's what a guitar will sound like.
No, because it's like strums got a very specific sound. We'll settle this when the guitar arrives.
Your fantasy is perplexing.
It's truth. It's truth.
Winston loses the debate. The song has to be in key. If it's not in key, it'll sound wrong.
If you're sitting around a campfire and everyone's drinking a lot, it doesn't need to be in anything. It just has to sound like music.
And it won't sound like music.
Wait and see. We'll figure it out.
Anyway, we didn't bullshit you guys and say like, yeah, we bought a guitar. We actually did buy a guitar.
We just bought it. It's being shipped.
When we don't live in a major city, so we don't have like next day Amazon here.
Yep.
But it'll come eventually.
I could make a guitar out of like some trees outside, you know.
It's a pine guitar.
It'd be very bad. Yeah. It'd be like a log.
I'll make an oak
log with some like wire on it, you know.
Yeah.
No. Anyway.
Okay. Cues. Here come the cues.
Yeah, let's see the question.
Guess, did Winston get to check out the Zambian space program? Oh, he sent me a link. The Zambian space program is absolutely hilarious.
Okay.
Remind me to show you after the show.
Right.
It's just a lot of chaps spinning around in helmets on swings and rolling down hills in metal bins.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
They called themselves Afronauts. It was like a 60s program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it real?
It's real.
Oh, okay.
It is pretty funny. Where are we here? Sorry. Just doing the old bit. Here's a cue. Shauna says... Oh, she's talking to Mystic Keys. Do they even have crossing guards? They do have crossing guards. When
only when
CCP officials come into town, they have these like beautiful women with like it reminds me of
white
North
gloves.
Korea.
Yeah, with white gloves and stuff.
And they're like, and I'm like, where are all these beautiful police officers coming from? They don't hang out outside my apartment and help at the crosswalks, but when there's CCP officials in town, they certainly are.
Yeah, also in the major cities outside of government buildings and stuff, you'll see them, and they'll be
only
like
government related,
whistle and stuff, but. In general, no. In general, it's very bad. Nobody pays attention to the signals, if they're there even. And nobody, like a pedestrian crossing, a zebra crossing, whatever you call it. They may as well not be there in China.
Yeah.
Because drivers don't pay attention to them. Drivers think that they have the right of way because of the whole hierarchy in China. If you have enough money to own a car, that means you're more important than anyone who's on foot. So people that are on foot and bicycles and stuff are treated as subhuman. So they must wait for you if you're in a car. So it's a weird situation. So don't ever, if you're in China, just try to go over a zebra crossing and expect people to slow down. They won't.
No. Seen any balloons today? Nice. Oh, we'll get into that this Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. China is literally a 12-year-old bully, idiot, spoiled kid that got everything he wanted and now has to face the real world.
Yeah, so bad.
They're preparing to shoot down an object, and there's been 10 American balloons in their airspace. It's lit. After this whole scenario, if anyone is dealing with China going forward, I don't even know what to say anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Meh says, after so many fake alcohol experiences, did you give up on alcohol, or did you just start believing in fate? No, we just became very careful about what we drank.
And I'll also be honest with you. I mean, I don't think it's. I at first thought maybe I'm grown up a little bit and I'm just not that much into drinking anymore. But that's not true because my parents still drink a lot and they're much older than me. And lots of people I know the same age as me still drink a hell of a lot. Like I used to. I used to drink a lot. But recently, in the past, I'd say year and a half or so, I've really cut down. I still drink and I still enjoy it, but it's not as much of a feature of my life as it used to be. You know, like you get an action figure which has like a karate chop feature or whatever. It's like a selling point. Yeah. One of my features was drinking. It's less of that. And it's more of an accessory that, you know, you have to buy separately.
You can buy separately.
Yeah, it doesn't come with it. Yeah, exactly.
Battery's not included.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the battery's not included. But I figured it out. It's because I don't need to escape the reality in which I live anymore. Does that make sense?
So
Does that make sense?
It's so true.
Dude, like when you live in South Africa, everybody drinks because they just can't deal with reality because it sucks.
It's dangerous.
It's, you know, the power goes off for like 10 hours a day almost now.
Right.
Out of last year, 238 days of the year or something, the power went off for like vast periods of time. Yeah. So
it's more than half the year.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's 2/3 plus.
That's epic.
Yeah. It's bad. South Africa sucks. All the crime, and there's like 50% or 48% unemployment. It's a terrible situation. So there's a lot of crime. People drink to get past that. In China, the chaos, like you've just seen now with the roads and everything. But it's not just that. Your senses are constantly bombarded. day in and day out.
Yeah, that's
noise, smells, pollution, lights, all this. It's nonstop.
And also, drinking is part and parcel part of China's culture.
Yeah.
It's drinking's everywhere, and you do it because you be part of it. You want to be part of it.
But it also dulls you to the chaos around you.
It's too much. There's too much sensory explosions everywhere.
Yeah, and I feel like you reach a point where you've been going through like this massive amount of bombardment of the senses for like the whole day or the whole week or whatever, and you just want to try to block it out.
Tune it out,
drinking is a very good way for you to kind of like
at the end of the
escape
day.
it. Yeah. So
not during the day, but like it builds up throughout the day, and then at the end you're like, I just need to have some drinks, and you go out and have some drinks.
And so now I don't find myself in that situation anymore.
It's nice and quiet and peaceful.
Exactly.
And great.
So I don't drink as much. I still enjoy drinking, but it's just. I think that's what it's got to do with.
Gotcha.
Honestly.
Mr. Keys, Pit Matix said, Winston can learn guitar and serenade Sea Milk with Imagine Dragons tunes. Sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Mr. Keys, what was that add-on that shows me where I can buy American products? I'm looking for a Bluetooth keypad. Go to wecultivate.us/ADV China, I think.
Isn't it we.cultivate or is it we cultivate?
No, it's we cultivate.
Okay.
.us/ADV China. Let me make sure it's
make sure it's the right link. Yeah.
No, it's not that one.
It's not that one.
The China show.
Maybe are you sure you're doing the wrong slash?
No, we're good. That one works.
Yeah, just use that one. You can use the Laowai's one.
wecultivate.us/Laowai. I'll type it in the chat. wecultivate.us/Laowai. It's not commission based, so it doesn't matter which one you go to.
Yeah.
Anyway, that'll help you out.
Yeah, that's the one.
Shauna says, do we get a real-time demo from Winston? Yeah. We're buying the guitar to prove a point. It's not like for us to like battle it out. It'll be on live. We'll live.
Yeah.
We'll do it next week if it's here.
Yeah, absolutely we will.
Nate Hooler says, did you ever hit anyone on your adventures?
Well, yeah, I did. I've got a video on my channel. One of those guys that just popped out. I'm just riding my motorcycle and he just freaking popped out and smacked into me. And, luckily I managed to hold my line. He really I was wearing a good motorcycle boot. If I wasn't wearing a motorcycle boot, I would have broken my foot.
Yeah.
Because my foot and the foot peg took the full impact of his scooter. He kind of spun around, ended up on the road. He was okay. He was drunk. Turned around to make sure he was okay. Drove off. It was done. Totally his fault.
I got hit a few times in my car.
Dude, my car just got hit when it was parked in the parking lot.
Yeah. Some young new driver, this girl crashed into the side of my car, and I was like, what are you doing? She was in my lane. Anyway, long story short, it's annoying to deal with that kind of stuff in China because you're always wrong.
Yeah, because you're a foreigner. Yeah.
Lauren's post says, my wife Jody can play guitar, and she says it cannot be faked.
It can be faked.
We'll find out. David Neufeld says, to escape China, you had to do one of these. You have to do one of these. Number 1, eat tuna banana pizza, eat curry banana pizza, eat ham pineapple pizza, or French kiss Xi Jinping. What do you choose? Holy God.
Well, I'd probably have to go with the pineapple pizza, to be honest. I don't like it, but it's not as bad as it's not as bad as the others. Yeah, it's the least offensive.
Yeah. Vorap says, do they have any traffic police patrolling at least in major cities to prevent things like this, like punishing drivers for blowing through red lights? Actually, they have cameras. They only rely on cameras to do this. You will never see a physical police officer pull someone over.
They don't pull you over.
No.
You don't get pulled over in China. And this is a weird thing. You will get punished later, but it's a fine. They take photos. They rely on cameras and photos.
Yeah.
And
they're everywhere.
It's so freaking annoying. I did a video about it because I got nailed because somebody drove me off the road. Literally, forced me off the road, then took a photo of me going over the sideline, and then they sent it in. It's a snitch culture.
It's rewarding snitch.
Yeah, you get a reward. You get a percentage of the fine.
Yep. It's insane.
Yeah, it was this ridiculous
like crowdsourced snitching.
Dude. And then they'd have people driving real slow on a single lane road.
Yeah, for real.
And then waiting for people to get so frustrated to drive around them. Yeah. And then they take a photo of each one, and then they get a whole bunch of money.
So for real, they had a whole scheme going on and teams of people that would gang together.
Yeah.
To go force people to commit crime.
Yeah, to break the road rules, and they take photos and then they get money. So dumb. But yeah, the cops don't ever pull anyone over. So you don't. No. If you see lights in China, it's not to pull someone over. It's because all the cop cars, the lights are on permanently. which was a weird thing. It gave me like PTSD, and I'd see like, you're driving, you see cop lights, or you're just walking and you see cop lights. You're like, whoa, what's going on? And it's just, no, that's because they're permanently on. They never turn them off.
Or they leave them on, just to get through traffic or whatever.
No, but it's not about that.
I know it's not to do
that. No, they're always on.
It's just always on.
There's never been a cop car with the lights off.
I've never seen it with
it off. They're always on. It's like
unless it's off.
It's like hardwired. You turn the ignition on, they're on.
Yeah, probably is.
Yeah, it is. It's bad. Anyway.
Chippy Weesk, have you heard the rumor that the weather balloon had knock MP player playing a pirated version of Creed's Take Me Higher on the loop?
That'd be pretty funny, yeah.
It was an MP7 player.
Yeah, MP7
MP8
player,
maybe.
yeah. Man, those things are
in
dumb.
China, for those of you not in the know, when MP3 players were a thing, they always had to one-up each other, so there was like MP9 players.
Yeah, it started with MP4,
yeah,
and then MP5.
Yeah.
And there was no such thing. MP4s were a format, right? But then MP5 and then MP6, MP7, and it just meant that it could do more things.
Yeah.
So not only can you play music, but you could like play games on it or something, do something else on it. Yeah. It's so dumb. It
MP88.
Like, got ridiculous.
Are evil aunties worse than evil uncles from Buchang 1 Million? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Evil uncles are like snitches and like just unpleasant, but evil aunties will literally like cook puppies alive. Yes. Okay? They're really horrible.
The evil ones.
Yeah.
Bridget Farina, any advice on learning how to drive stick?
Sure.
The easiest thing in the world is something my dad taught me, actually.
Yeah.
He only did this. He literally did this to me, and then it made so much sense. This, and you just remember this, on, off, right? Just to make sure. Because if you don't know that the clutch is supposed to be kind of like disengaging while the gas is going down, you be too jittery and you'll stall. Right, so you just remember, like, as you're releasing the clutch, you're giving a tiny amount of gas, and then you go, right,
yeah,
and vice versa.
So. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What advice other than that? Learn the ABCs of driving: accelerator, brake, clutch. You know.
I think yeah.
You know, start in first, go into second. You know. No, but quite
it's all
seriously,
about being smooth with the clutch.
Yeah, and don't ride the clutch.
Yeah, for sure.
So try to keep your foot off the clutch when it's engaged.
Yeah, don't make it a habit.
Yeah, don't ride the clutch. It's not good for you. And do a lot of practice on those hills where you have to stop with the handbrake.
Yeah.
And pull off. Because that's the trickiest part about driving a manual car is you'll often get stuck on a hill somewhere and there's a car behind you. The last thing you want to do is roll back into them.
Yeah.
So practice a lot of that.
Good point.
Yeah.
Benjamin Marley, if the East Palestine, Ohio train derailment happened in China, is as bad as it is now, how do you think the response would have been from what you've seen here?
You wouldn't have heard about it.
You wouldn't know about it. There's this weird thing I was telling you about going on here about people saying like this story's censored and no one knows about stuff. Like I learned about it in the news. It's everywhere.
Everywhere you look, it's somebody's talking about it.
I honestly think it's some weird psyop from China.
Well, I mean, look, remember what happened in Tianjin with that massive big explosion? I mean, if they could have covered that up, they would have. They couldn't. It was just too big.
Oh, yeah. But they did. They still tried.
But there were other explosions, which, I did a little bit of research. Other explosions which were almost as big as that, which were covered up because they were in more rural areas. Big disasters like that happen in China all the time.
That's true.
I mean, chemical runoff from factories so that the villages are dying around there and all their animals, like their chickens, are getting throat cancer and stuff. You don't hear about that, do you? That's like a huge disaster, like chemicals leaking into the ground and destroying in huge areas. That's much worse. Yeah. You don't hear about it at all.
True.
So they black it out very successfully.
Gary McBrien, has Winston ever seen Animal House with the scene John Belushi with a guy with a guitar?
Animal House is one of those things where people talk about it so much. And you're like...
And then because you haven't seen it yet, you feel like out and you're like, fine, I won't watch it.
Yeah, and I think it's like late 70s or something. It's set in the 60s. I think it's set in the 60s. Which I have a lot of...
78 was the...
Yeah, but I think it's set in the 60s. And I have a tough time identifying with that era. I don't mind it.
We're not from then.
Like I might watch Grease or something, and that's not fantastic. You know,
what are you getting at here?
It's not my period, so I'm not. I love 80s stuff.
Sure.
So I'm not jumping at this,
right.
But I know what it is.
But Winston and I had this thing where, like, if something is so entrenched in pop culture, but we haven't seen it yet, and then everyone says, I can't believe you haven't seen that, then it pushes further away.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
That was like me with Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
And finally, I watched it because my roommate was like, how dare you? And he put it on, and I didn't like it. I thought it was kind of shitty.
Yeah.
And then people are like, you don't get it. Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
I got the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just not that funny.
Yeah. Maybe because it's too overplayed,
Yeah, but it's just not that funny.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Christian James, question for Winston.
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider purchasing a second citizenship? I just got back from St. Kitts and Nevis, and you can buy a passport there with access to the Schengen area for $250,000 real estate investment. Great, we don't have that.
If I had that kind of money, I'd definitely consider it.
How much do you think we make, guys? What is this?
It's like, you got a couple of 250 grand lying around?
Just go grab to the bank.
Yeah.
We'll go pop down.
Yeah, no, that's nice. I mean, that's... Where did he say that was?
St. Kitts and Nevis.
Where's
Next time
that?
I'm over in that posh island, I'll go buy my citizenship.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I'm not making fun of you.
That's cool.
It's just we don't. It's not that money's not on the table.
Yeah, no. If I had it, I might. At the end of the day, that's life. I'm stuck with the worst nationality in the world. One of them, obviously not the worst. There are way worse, but one of the worst nationalities. The South African passport's
Not
bloody
North
useless.
Korea.
Yeah, they're definitely worse.
Actually, no. If you're in North Korea, you get asylum
That's true.
immediately.
Yeah, you're in a bit of a rock and a hard place because people, they don't take you seriously. They're like, oh, you're fine. But
It's like
actually
bad, but not bad enough.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for the suggestion.
Colonel Company, does the fate concept exist in the military as well? If so, I can't see how they'd really be an effective fighting force. I mean, it's not a be all and end all. It's more like it's like being lazy because you don't need responsibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, you find this in other cultures as well, like India, for instance.
India's a big one.
When I was there, I spoke to a guy, and he's like, asked him, do you wear a helmet? It's like, no, if God decides it's my turn to die, then it's my turn to die.
And that's for religious reasons.
Yeah. So it's like that, and that's religion. But in China, it's superstition. It's not religion there anymore. It's just like a
hollow.
Yeah,
husk.
hollow. There's nothing left.
Yeah.
Just like whatever. It's fate.
Yeah.
It's an atheist sort of religious reason, basically, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's taking away responsibility for your own actions, which I don't like, because then why even participate in life? Yeah. Why even do anything if fate's just the reason for everything to happen? Yeah. Go roll around outside in the road. Or roll around in the bushes somewhere. If that's all you got to do, go roll around, see what fate has in store. Go roll. Go roll. Just roll. Gwyn, just roll into that ditch, and see what happens. Why bother with anything at that point?
True.
If God decides you're going to be a millionaire, may as well go roll in that ditch and you will be one.
Roll in the ditch. You love rolling. That's always your suggestion for everything.
Yeah, got to roll around, man. And it's like, if God's just going to decide you're a dirty piece of shit that's full of woodland creatures and stuff because you're rolling around in the ditch, that's fate,
Fate.
Yeah, you got like ticks and millipedes up your ass, that's your fault.
Yeah.
You
get Lyme disease real quick.
Exactly.
Anyway, and I'm not talking about the shit you squirt in your Corona.
No.
Mr. Keys, question: Do the white glove lady crossing guards receive hazard pay? Mr. Keys, I hope that's a joke. You must have been around this channel long enough to know that is outlandish question.
Yeah, hazard pay doesn't exist in China.
What? Actually, I got a fact for you.
Yeah.
Around the government areas where they have not crossing guards, but the traffic police that have to be out there in Guangzhou.
I've actually got some footage of that I took,
The Guangzhou ones that are, in the, outside of government buildings and stuff that have to walk through traffic all the time and, when the jams are there, their life expectancy is like around 47.
Wow.
Because almost all of them get
pollution.
lung cancer, yeah.
Yeah, it's so bad. People don't understand. Like people moan about pollution in the West.
They don't understand.
You don't
get
understand. It. Like in China, it's next level. And on top of that, the vehicles that drive around on the road in China are shit. Like, they may look like a normal car, they may look like a normal truck, but the emissions equipment on them are fake most of the time.
A lot of the time. The Chinese ones.
Yeah, the Chinese ones, like, I guarantee the majority of those are just fake. So it's belching out disgusting stuff. Yeah, we used to.
And some of the vehicles. Yeah.
It's just belching out this disgusting stuff. But it's the sheer amount too, and it's nonstop. It's really very, very unhealthy to live in a Chinese city.
Aegon says, did you find that you began to copy the fate attitude a little bit when your bikes? I saw a video of you going down the wrong way down the road back in the early days. It's less fate, more follow the flow of what everyone's doing. We never got to a point where we're like not looking.
Yeah.
You know,
we
copy bad traffic habits.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. We're very good at situational awareness.
Yeah.
And because of the ridiculousness of the traffic situation, the snarl up and the craziness that goes on. Yeah, sometimes it's your only option is to go the wrong way or to go over onto the other side of the road or whatever.
Very true.
So yeah, we did do that a lot.
Yeah. Gary McBrien says, isn't the balloon escalation just face savings for the U.S. shooting down the first balloon and then not returning it? Absolutely,
yeah,
Gary. You're spot on. Don't ever let anyone try to misdirect you otherwise.
Yeah.
Wujiang 1 million says, do CCP officials know that when they enter cities, the local government tries to make the city look good, or do they genuinely think that the city always looks good? They know that there's a show being put on for sure.
It's like the Soviet Union.
Yep.
They all know what the deal
is. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
China's
it has to be done.
Soviet
It
Union.
is. It's knockoff Soviet Union, yeah.
Pit Matix, is China's military tech reliable, or does corner cutting and corruption even sneak into that area? That's something we won't know until it's proven on the battleground, but I can almost guarantee there's next level corruption.
There will be corruption for sure in certain parts, but when it comes to something like the military, I'm pretty sure they'll do a good job. Look at DJI drones are very good.
Yeah, that's true.
So
when the prerogative is there.
Yeah, but where you'll probably have issues is with supply chains and things like that. So, we're making ammunition. We have to source our gunpowder from here and there. And then it'll be like this guy's, putting in crappier ingredients. This is not working out. The logistics mess up.
Yeah.
The rations that are supposed to get to the field are being sold on the black market. That kind of thing's where it's going to screw up.
Sure.
But their actual military tech is probably going to be all right.
Yeah. Sorry, at the risk of sounding like a whataboutism, is there honestly a country that doesn't have some sort of drinking culture? No, of course not, but it's about how it's... Like, America's drinking culture is way different than the other countries I've been to.
Yeah.
Americans drink a lot less.
Yeah, I was surprised when I came to America just how little people drink.
Right, and the drinking culture in China is very different than Taiwan, for example. Taiwan doesn't have a massive binge drinking culture.
No, they don't.
Very few people I've hung out with in Taiwan drank. But in China... almost everyone had to drink at some certain point, and all of my Chinese friends drank a lot.
Yeah,
and it's heavy, and it's like a competition at all times.
Yeah,
so it's different.
It's like juveniles, it's like college kids, or in my case, when sort of when you're 18, because you can drink when you're 18.
Sure.
So it's like just trying to be the man, trying to be the stronger guy, so you can drink the most. It's kind of juvenile macho bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Average Joe, have you seen the Three Body series?
No.
No, I'm probably going to boycott that. I actually started reading the book.
The Three Body Problem?
Three Body Problem. Yeah, I'm ceasing the series because it's...
Isn't it the same guy? The same guy did the Wandering Earth, I think.
Honestly, I'm so angry at Chinese media right now. It's so hard for me to get behind anything because there's so much propaganda snuck into every single thing I see.
Yeah.
Even my wife noticed it too.
Yeah.
She's like, you can't watch anything anymore without it being in there. So it used to be like a little separate, at least entertaining the idea of separate, it's propaganda versus entertainment, but not anymore.
Yeah.
It's freaking annoying. Matt says, do we need to get drunk before we vote on Winston faking it? No.
Yes, that's part of it.
Yes. Some people don't drink, so
you don't have to, but you can if you want. I mean, you
can.
Remember, I've already set the rules. It's supposed to be a kind of a campfire situation where everyone's like 8 beers deep.
We'll put a campfire behind us.
Yeah, you got to be like, everyone's drinking. And that's when you whip out the guitar. Because you're not going to be stone cold sober and like, hey guys, I could play.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Good point.
It's got to be everyone's drunk and having a good time and kind of, in the forest with a campfire hippie-ass nonsense.
Okay.
You pull out this guitar.
Should we make you drunk first?
No, it's not necessary. But it's just, you have to understand that that's supposed to be the setting. So you have to take it in that context.
Deal.
You know what I mean?
Cedric Cachez, will the 50 Cent Army claim copyright on the songs that Winston will perform?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Spam from Nathaniel Hayes?
You mean the actual canned stuff?
Food, yeah. I don't mind Spam.
Yeah, it reminds me of dog food.
Yeah.
It's got the dog food kind of taste or smell, like when you open a tin of dog food. But
it's okay.
The surprising thing is that just like condensed milk, for some reason, it became a specialty in Hong Kong, like a delicacy. And I guess it was the British brought it over. So they've got like Spam dishes, like, there's like watery noodles with a Spam on top.
Hawaii's the same.
Yeah. It's with like a leaf of whatever, like a bite-size leaf or whatever in there. And that becomes mad famous. And now, like, my wife makes dishes sometimes with that because she's Cantonese.
Because it went over to Cantonese
Yeah,
culture.
yeah. And she'll, like, buy the Spam and, like, slice it and put it on. And I'm like, what are you doing? It's like rations for if you're, like, a freaking prepper. You know what I mean? It's like, what is wrong with you?
It's such prepper rations,
It's like,
isn't it?
freaking
Get a Spam, get you a carton of cigarettes in these parts.
I know. I'm like, we've got access to real meat. Why are you eating Spam?
Take that up the road to Wilkes-Barre, you'll get a carton of
It's like,
cigarettes.
what's next? Just instant noodles and Spam? Is that what you're going to live on? You know?
Probably.
Yeah. Anyway.
Vorap, if they only rely on cameras, is there something that stops people from just driving without a license?
Oh, many times people just block their license with a CD. You know?
Yeah, CD was a thing, but you know what became more popular because it can look like an accident is people would take those really cheap paper towels that you get.
Yeah.
Very rarely you'll get the paper towels anywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe at a gas station or something, and you wad them up and chuck them at your license plate, and it'll actually stick like glue. And then if a cop comes by, you're like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it just got dirty. Yeah,
because it's a big fine.
Here's the thing, though. They do catch people, but they catch them at roadblocks.
Yeah.
So if you go on the highways, there's an issue because all highways very monitored. You have an in and an out because every highway you have to pay a toll. There's no free highways in China. And when you get onto the highway, they often have, just as you pass through the toll, they'll have cops there and they could puuld pull you over right there.
That's the only time you'll see it.
They're not going to chase you.
No.
But they're like, you're stuck. You can't drive anywhere because you're going through the gantry,
checkpoint.
you know. You have to pay your toll or whatever. And then the cops are right in front. And as you pull out, they're like, okay, you pull over. And then you're screwed if you got no license or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Open Ocean, I did not skip your question. I'm sorry, I did not see it.
Oh.
You shouldn't be Shadowban. I'm the only mod right now. But I see you posted some below, so I'll read them in a second.
Okay.
Open Ocean, I would never skip your questions. You're actually one of the best question askers here.
Yeah, you're Open Ocean, not Closed Ocean after all.
We read your questions. Any idea, Mr. Key says, any idea which company DJI put out of business? No.
I know GoPro tried to make a drone.
That was shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I used one at a family reunion. Man, it's so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually watched someone use it. It was so bad.
Look, in the beginning, there were a couple of drone companies kind of competing in the beginning, but DJI, I think they just bought them out, really. And then, you know, became the monopoly in the field. It's unfortunate because I love DJI products. I think they're fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, just it sucks that it's a Chinese company. Even though the people that did the design and stuff were outsourced, it's like it's not developed, like the products aren't developed in-house in China. Yeah. They have like Taiwanese staff, and, you know, other stuff, and the technology is already existing. You know, it's not like they made it, but they put so much money and effort into it, and they've built a fantastic product. Yeah. And you know, there is no competition. Yeah. It's unfortunate because being a drone pilot, I love drones, but your only option is DJI, really.
Yeah. Okay, Open Ocean. Yeah, I saw your conversation with Doc. Were these antis snitches during the Cultural Revolution? Yes, a lot of times. Is a lot of this idiocy a result of massacring the intelligentsia?
Yes.
Absolutely. This is part and parcel why you have this problem today.
Yeah. It's the result.
You get rid of all of the smart people, the responsible people, and you boost up and celebrate the people that rat them out. Yeah. What do you think you're going to get?
Exactly.
You know? It's bad.
Yeah, it's not. It's really not good.
Sorry.
Getting more cues? Don't forget, put a cue if you want a question.
Why does China's Navy's ships look like they're made of satellite dish metal?
Yeah.
Because they probably are.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that. Question from last week, but those propaganda wartime movies about the war with Japan, are those actors speaking Japanese? No, that was Chinese. They do have them speak
they do.
Japanese
They do have actors that speak Japanese.
Not
but
the one we showed.
Yeah, they're not very good.
But the one we showed.
I think they did have.
No, the one we showed was in Chinese.
I think it was
absolutely in Chinese.
No, I know, but I'm sure there was a little bit where the Japanese people were saying it, right? Do I still have that up here?
32.
Is it called 32? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll just bring it up. We can take a quick look. Let me get to the actual thing. Let's see if the Japanese speak. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Where are the Japanese guys?
雷公，你看，
说得好，我这就打醒他。
Oh, I think you cut out the part.
No, because I watched them. They spoke Chinese. They usually
Hang on,
do.
he might say something. Yeah, that was Chinese. Yeah. Yeah. No, he was speaking Chinese, but they do often speak Japanese, but quite badly.
Yeah. Egon, speaking of Navy, that propaganda clip of the U.S. Navy has some A1 recruitment material. Yeah. Rabbitiff says, "Is there any street racing in China? What style of cars they use?" Yes, absolutely, and a lot of people die doing it. They take it to the next level, like those mountain runs, those like toge.
It's
people
not,
in our group died.
Yeah, not only just that, dude. Just you street race in China. You saw the trucks and the weird things popping out. That's what kills them.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
You know, like, you do get little like underground motorcycle racing guys because, motorcycles are banned, especially big bikes. But we know people who are into them and they get them, they import them, they smuggle them in and stuff. But they all end up dying because they try to do like drag races and then somebody pops out or a car pops out and that's it, they're dead.
Two guys that rode with in Mongolia, I didn't know them very well, but they're in our group, they died.
Yeah.
Aegon says, related, but how does China plead both weak and yet powerful at the same time so frequently? You have to understand the whole purpose of the propaganda machine is to muddy waters, to confuse you, to make you think that they're strong, but at the same time play big organizations to get benefits from them.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. They're like, we're going to land on the moon and we're landing on Mars and we've got this amazing space program. Look at us. We don't need the ISS anymore. We have our own space program. And then at the same time to the World Trade Organization, we're a developing country. Yeah. We need subsidies. We need charity. We need preferential trade status because we're just a developing little country here. What the hell?
The Chinese government's that old scumbag guy meme. That plaid hat or whatever, scumbag, whatever.
I don't know.
He's doing bad shit.
Okay, yeah, he's just a scumbag. It's a scumbag government. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Anyone who's, like, rational and looks at this will say, well, if you got a freaking space program and a space station and everything, you're not a developing country and you don't need foreign aid and help. Yeah. But no, for some reason, they still dupe all these big organizations, so...
David Neufeld, I don't know anything about drones, but couldn't DJI brains be replaced with aftermarket brains? Yeah, I mean, technically you could do that.
Yeah, there's a lot you could do.
Yeah. Perpetual headache. What's the most ridiculous pizza topping you've seen? Definitely in China, corn is ubiquitous. Corn and mayonnaise, and then durian. Durian.
Oh, durian's pretty bad, yeah. But sometimes they just put cold fruit and they put that like sweet mayonnaise. You know that? Like, what the hell is that? Cold fruit.
Mixed fruit.
Yeah,
like
mixed fruit. And then without the cheese, they put that like mayonnaise, that sweet
cold,
mayonnaise.
Sweet mayonnaise.
Yeah.
I mean,
durian's better than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Grapes and like melon. Like sweet melon, like cantaloupe or whatever.
Yeah, cantaloupe and grapes.
Yeah, it's like, what is this even?
Get out of here. You're drunk.
Yeah, I know. No, not good.
Mario De Villa. Is it difficult having a business in communist China? First time member, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome. It is incredibly difficult. Everyone's trying to backstab you. If you don't have the right connections, you will be taken advantage of, and people will try to make trouble with you for you with the government if they're a competitor.
Yeah, if you're a foreigner, you're at a massive disadvantage. To get the licenses and so on to run a business is very difficult, and there are rules that you have to partner with the Chinese partner and things like that.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, if there's a competition, like if you're running a bar, this happened to a friend of ours who used to run a bar, a competing bar run by a Chinese boss or whatever, will constantly call the cops in on you. And they'll have connections with the cops and say, oh, they're hiring illegal people. Yeah. Oh, they're doing things bad, etc., and get you screwed over all the time. Yeah. It's so tough.
It is.
It's not worth it.
Vinny B says, have you guys ever done an episode on the Chinese education system, like the craziness, the Gaokao, etc.?
Yes.
Oh, we've done many.
Yeah, you can look at ADV China.
Yeah, ADV China. If you go to ADV China and then search education, believe it or not, ADV China is still a channel. I don't know why people on the subreddit, they're like, oh, they rebranded it the China Show.
No. ADV China is our motorcycle. Hey, if you look for our education, when we actually rode to the Huizhou University, we went into classrooms. Yep. We discussed about the Gaokao. We rode around the little villages there and stuff. It's all there.
Yeah. So ADV China education.
Yeah. It's
cool.
There's a lot of good stuff on that channel.
Yeah. Let me read the the questions from last time.
Sure.
From the people that were not live. I don't know what's going on with my notes right now.
Okay.
What are you doing? Okay,
No idea.
so here we go.
You got him?
Oh, by the way, while I read these, let's put up the poll for next week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about
Yeah, like what are we gonna watch next time?
Your episode. So we're gonna explain hidden brothels.
Yeah, well, we got hidden brothels. So the thing is, in China, the idea of prostitution and pornography it's supposed to be illegal. It's actually not. It's right there everywhere. We got tons of videos. Don't worry, we're not going to show. Like, the whole point of the show is to kind of push the boundaries without pushing the boundaries, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
We're not going to show anything too tasteless or horrible, but we want to show you how it kind of all works.
Yeah, because there's like hidden alleyways with GoPros and people
the hidden karaoke things. You push a button, open a secret door.
It's crazy. Like
this kind of
Chinese people take videos of it. And then post it on a WeChat and whatnot.
So we got a bunch of footage. So we've got hidden brothels, and then we've also got something called biao bai, which
it's how guys ask girls out, and it's a weird phenomenon because it's very different than the rest of the world.
Yeah,
it's when a guy asks a girl to date him, it's a whole show. It's like a whole horse and pony show.
Yeah.
There's a huge, massive display that you put yourself out there, and it's almost like. There's something weird about it. It's almost like you're claiming ownership over that girl or something because you did all these things. You spent all this money, put on this huge display. And there's a lot of people that fail at the whole biao bai. It's the whole expression of love.
Yeah.
I guess you could translate it as in.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to talk about. It's something I've seen so many times. I've seen fails. I've seen successes.
Yep.
And it's just a thing that you'll see around campuses, around colleges, in the mid-20s, around that age. So we have those two topics, which are both fascinating.
Yeah.
A little look into China. So I'll let that get up to 50 votes, and then we'll make a choice. But I have to answer you guys' questions from last time.
Sure.
Currently is a race for AI and ML. Microsoft and ChatGPT. Google with Bard and Baidu with Ernie. What the fuck? Ernie.
Yeah.
Ernie.
Yeah, Ernie. Interesting. I like how the first competitor to ChatGPT from China, whatever that company was, I can't remember, got banned and censored because
I put that in our show notes.
You did. It's so funny
because of Xi Jinping and Taiwan discussion.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why China will never succeed. Is because of this technology. It relies on your country being a free society.
Yes,
it relies on it.
I mean, if you censor it too much, you just cannot discuss things.
Nope.
Yeah.
Ernie came out of nowhere. It seems like a mainstream media put China on the race to the AI list. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is CCP propaganda so as not to feel left out. I mean, come on. We've all seen what China can do with Sarah AI.
Exactly.
That's very true. A lot of these people in media in general, put China in these races, in these things, just because it needs to be part of it. It's
Remember, China's supposed to be leading the world in AI or whatever. It's nonsense.
Bullshit. And I actually have some interesting information about how their AI numbers are calculated.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's true. We
Very
discussed that.
interesting.
Yeah.
Hi there, longtime lurker. Just been subscribed to the Xiàbān Hòu tier.
Cool.
I am she's Burmese, Myanmarese, living in Singapore and working as a stock trader. I happened by your channel while researching China property. I need an alternative source of information, not those crap data that the CCP pumps out.
Good.
The moment that I realized you guys are for real was when you spoke Mandarin. The pronunciation was spot on. I never once missed a single episode of China, the China show now.
Wow.
Keep doing what you're doing, guys. Thank you very much.
Hey,
That's really
appreciate
nice of you to say that.
Seriously.
Thanks for joining.
And thanks for joining. Yeah, it's nice to have you here.
Yeah. Whoa, the poll is at 50-50.
Wow. First time ever.
Hidden brothels versus how dudes ask girls out. Both are fascinating.
Yeah, both are very good. We'll cover both topics, but which one do you want next week?
Yeah, what do you want next week? Robert Malzi says, what is the name of the goofy shill anthem? The perfect theme for the show. There's no name.
It's just the shill anthem.
No copyright compilation of clown music.
Yeah.
It's like in the middle of it.
Right in the middle. It's like short. All these random clown music, and then there's that one. You found it, and it's just so off-key and perfect. It embodies the shills.
It does, and it's become that. People crack up at that.
Yeah, it's the shill anthem.
I love it.
Yeah.
Robert also says, what do you think of the experiences visiting the port of Dandong?
Oh, you mean like this?
Port of Dandong.
He said, nice and great areas.
Oh, great. And nice. I got a
nice.
Pissing on a frog exhibition.
Wow. Okay.
Landman Beach.
Oh, we got. What is this? Is this just like a clan? Like, is this like a sound bite?
Having a cold like Jeff.
A what?
Having a cold like Jeff.
Oh, like Jeff. I don't have a cold.
Oh,
one.
we don't. We don't. I thought we made that sound bite.
Not yet.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Take the.
What's
peel.
this?
Yeah.
You gotta understand.
You gotta understand. No, I don't have a.
Don't run an ad by accident. Being Sarah AI.
Oh yeah. Okay. There we go.
Younger and beautiful.
The Ballsack Show.
Come on. What is this?
And advice not to talk crap.
Okay.
Don't talk tribe.
The feeling of it being a little too much for me.
Come on. This
Wow.
is just sound,
That's a
all
little
our
too much
sound
for
bites
me.
in one.
And the wow so good reaction.
Wow, so
final.
good.
And Subway Wonderman.
Oh, he can come later.
Okay.
You gotta give it a
Your
rest.
mention of Big Day.
This is like just overheating. Okay, give it a minute.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, last one. Hey, me, it's you there. Thoughts on how fast AI is growing and how it could be used for Chinese state propaganda? Don't you worry, my friend. I have a video lined up. We'll be talking about it in the China show, but also I got a whole video I'm working on. It's a long-term one I've been putting together.
Yeah.
A lot of source material.
That's right.
So it's been tough to get out there. And this is balloon shits, obviously.
Yeah.
We have to cover this crap. The average Joe says, do you think the Chinese military has an edge over the U.S. in terms of drones given DJI? Probably not in the military.
It's a different kind of drone, really.
Yeah, it's not the same drone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I
I mean, definitely they'll have more access to like civilian level drones, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Just making sure there's no more live questions here, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. All right, I'm gonna wrap up. We just hit 50 votes. Time to end the poll with hidden brothels with 54%, but that means it was a very close call.
Very close. Yeah. Wow.
So I will put both of them in the notes, and you guys
Yeah.
can vote next time for how dudes ass out girls compared to another topic.
Yeah. Wow, that was a very close vote.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing hidden brothels and probably doing Biao Bai the following week.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Both are fascinating. I mean, I know the hidden brothels things might sound sexier and cool, but it's actually kind of grim. And it's interesting, though. You know what it is? You don't even have to care about the brothel part because it's more about how Chinese people find loopholes around things. And it's fascinating because they're very pragmatic folks.
Sure.
And the asking girls out thing is a very deep cultural phenomenon. It's very different than the West.
Yeah.
So it's worth talking about.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming in. If you're new, we'll catch you on Friday. Either way, this week you have a video.
I have a video this week. Yep. It's I'll be putting it together tomorrow starting anyway.
Cool.
I'm going to be talking about this ridiculous phenomenon in China where going to help people in an earthquake is more like going to the Olympics. It's
interesting.
But it's just that's just the reason to talk about something.
Okay.
Something interesting in
I'm
China.
intrigued.
China, so we'll see. Anyway, we can't wait to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always good to have you here on a Monday. And remember, this is just as much your show as it is our show. So feel free every time in the comments when you want to ask a question, give us a suggestion, anything. We'll discuss it here live. We're all about making this entertaining for you. So, yeah, let us know. And until then, you know
Good
the
night,
drill.
everyone.
As always, stay awesome, and we'll see you next time.